Hello, I'm Son of the Waters. This video will be on tools, materials, magic scripts, mystic scripts, sigils, sounds with metaphysics, things of that nature. First, you must understand that no tools, materials, language, or even sounds are required to work metaphysics. A true master needs only their own mind and will. While this is the ultimate goal, however, only a fool doesn't recognize their own limitations. As long as they are not a crutch and keeping you down, use what you have available. Know thyself. All forms of tools will fall into one of four categories. They'll either be a ritual tool, a material component, a written art, or sound. Um, all tools are used to assist in performing metaphysical works. They provide additional energy, clarifying intent, general clarity in general, vibrations, so forth. Due to the variety of practices and beliefs, I will not be going into the specifics of any one of these things. You need to study, find the one that fits you best. Um, Borrow from multiple if you need to, as long as you're not trying to claim that you're part of a closed practice and you're doing these closed practices actions without actually being part of these closed practices. It's your faith, you're good to go. Um, Ritual tools are used as a focus for your energy. They should be charged, anchored for them to continually charge on their own. Depending upon your practice, you may include a blessing on them from various entities, whether this be gods or ancestors or what have you, whatever you're choosing. Depending, ensure you follow your proper procedures per whatever entity you're working with for that traditional practice. Those traditions for that entity exist for a reason, so make sure you're following those. Ensure your tools are charged and possibly blessed. Will provide energy to your intent. They allow you to focus your intent into your work. Each tool typically has its own individual purpose, though many may overlap with each other. The types of tools and their purposes are varied, as many as there are paths. Once again, study, find out what works best for you. The material components provide an inherent vibration from that material itself, an inherent energy to that from that material itself, which adds into your work. These help provide that energy, those vibrations, to your intent. Careful with materials; they can be picky. While many materials, like wax, can be a blank canvas, which you do require at least a little charging for the intended work. Other materials do not require charging, and some of these materials will provide what they do naturally already, and only that. And if you're using that wrong material for the wrong intent or the wrong vibration, it can mess you up. Um, unless you have an extremely strong intent and purpose behind it, where you'll override, in which case the material is pointless. So I'll repeat, make sure you study, 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 study. It's highly important. Mystical scripts and sigils, including things like runes, I Ching, Ogam, magic squares, there's thousands of them. They provide clarity of intent, clarity of purpose, clarity of energy. I like to liken mystic scripts to kind of like a circuit board. It's directing your energy into a specific flow and producing a specific set of vibrations for a specific repeatable outcome. Finding a script that works well for you can be difficult, though I highly recommend it. They help tremendously for set it and forget it type work. Some scripts are ancestrally linked to spiritual entities. If working with one of these, make sure to provide the proper prescribed respect and traditions to those ancestral traditions. They exist for valid reasons, and when done properly, your scripts may include the energy from those entities or of those entities, and those entities may lend their aid in manifestations of your intent. One of the most important tools to a metaphysics practitioner is sound in general. I've heard some say that it is unimportant to have rhyme and rhythm in your words, that it is only used for memorization, ensuring you speak clearly, and that's actually 100% correct. There is no need to have a metaphysical work be rhythmic. There's no need for it to have rhyme. However, the universe is based on vibrations, ensuring that your spoken words have a cadence, a rhythmic movement, are spoken fluently with rhyme, will ensure that you're adding the vibrations of your intent to your work. That is the purpose for rhythm and rhyme, for your cadence within your spoken word. This also means that speaking in a specific mystic language is kind of pointless. Unless it helps you specifically with your cadence and your rhythm, there really is no point why you can't just speak in your native tongue in any way, shape, or form. This is where sound comes in. The idea is to present the correct vibrations in order to produce the vibrations necessary to produce your intent. This can be done with drums, flutes, bells, whistles, etc. Actually do not require words at all. Now, if you are attempting to communicate with an entity that comes from an era that spoke a different language, it may help to speak in that language as a matter of respect more than a requirement. Most entities don't have an issue translating various languages and dialects. It is your emotions and your intent and will that will communicate, not just your words. So while it's good for respect purposes, it is not required. So it's okay if you make honest mistakes, butcher pronunciation of a word, as long as it isn't knowingly intentional. For most entities, there are a few when dealing with specific entities that where it can get you into trouble, even for an honest mistake. I recommend not working with those entities in general, but your practice is your practice. If you want to work with them, it's not my practice. I will, as I attempt to make and present these videos, I'm finding that a lot of what I used to teach on the Celtic and Druidic lessons, I'm trying to remove the cultural influence of the Celtic and Druid. So this is why I'm running into some delays. I'll have to rewrite them so that they're not Pacific one path type thing. I will keep working on those, and as always try to present them as a non-Pacific path, which is why they can be vague as well. And that's okay. The whole point is you need to study, not pick up just whatever I give you. I'm not your teacher. I'm just here presenting information that you can use for your own practice. So it may be a little bit of time before I can produce the next one, like it took me a lot of time to produce this one. But until next time, have a good day.